Welcome to Unpacking the Box. This is Linnea, your host. Listen, I am so excited. I am so happy. I've been wanting to start this podcast for so long, but I've been so scared to do so. I've been hesitant because really, your girl thought she needed that Oprah type money, that long money, honey, to start a podcast. I don't know why I thought that, but I woke up this morning determined to start one, and I did. Here I am. I just found out that I needed to download an app on my cell phone. I downloaded Anchor, and it took all of 5 minutes to start this today. So here I go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for following my journey. I don't know where I'm going, y'all. I don't know where I'm going to end up, but I hope that you will take this ride with me. So, for this podcast, I want to create a space that's comfortable, that's negative free, that is a judgment-free zone where it feels like I'm talking to you and we're just chopping it up like two old friends. I want to be able to talk about any and everything. I want to give you the raw, the real, the uncut. This is going to be so fun, so entertaining, and so interesting. I'm going to incorporate some guests. I'm going to be doing some interviews. I just ask that you keep in mind that we all are entitled to our own opinions. We can agree to disagree respectfully. So, with that being said, now, what I also want to do is incorporate my blog. For those who are not familiar with me, I also have a blog. And the way that I'm going to include the blog here is that I'm going to be breaking down some of my blog posts. I receive a lot of DMs sometimes about my blog posts with people asking me questions and giving me feedback, which is awesome. So today, that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to break down 2 of my blog posts. So if you want to keep up with me on Instagram, which is where I spend most of my time on social media, you can follow my podcast update page, which is unpacking_the_box. If you want to keep up with my blog, you can follow Linnea, LINNEA_blogs_her_way. Can you tell I love underscores? So yeah, you can keep up with all my podcast updates and my blog updates there on Instagram. So let's get into this, shall we? Our first episode. This is so amazing. All right. I wrote 2 posts. They're pretty popular, and I've been getting a lot of feedback from them. The first one is called The Land. The Land. I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to break it down. Here we go. A stunningly beautiful land filled with wonder. A land that sparks curiosity. A hidden gem filled with magical love traps that will hypnotize you into a trance. The land is filled with powerful aromas of sweet-smelling strawberries and flowers blooming in the spring. The land is fruitful, fulfilling, and exceeds beyond expectations. The land where you're free to come as you are. You could come as your true, authentic, raw self, or you can come covered up in a facade of protection. The land is sacred and intriguing. Though it's a forbidden land and it is only accessible by the chosen one, those who were not chosen still try to force their way in. Yet it's discreetly tucked away in a secured place, and I fully understand why though. I understand why so many desire entry. The land is a mesmerizing, I can't even talk or read, you guys, a mesmerizing playing field of rainbows and exploding stars. It houses fireworks of rare emotions and storms of satisfaction. A land where the water continuously runs heavy and droughts cease to exist. The land is amazing, yes, but the land is invite only. Have you received an invitation? So let's break this down, shall we? The land represents the vagina, some would say, or some people just say the pussy. A stunning, beautiful land filled with wonder, because it is certainly beautiful and it is filled with wonder. People wonder about it all the time. However, I wanted to emphasize the invitation only. It is invitation only. We have to invite you in. You can't just bum rush the place or just go in without an invitation. You have to be invited. The land is filled with powerful aromas of sweet-smelling strawberries, flowers blooming in the spring. Listen, that applies to not all people. I realize that. But mostly, it smells very good. in there. At least it should. If it doesn't, I mean, that's not really my, I can only speak for myself, but I'm just saying it is usually sweet smelling. Okay. It's a beautiful place. So yeah, I really wanted to represent, because I'm a woman and I have a vagina, I wanted to represent it well. And I wanted to, describe it the way that it really is. It's a beautiful place. But you have to be invited, so that's why I wrote that. So that's pretty much the breakdown of that, So let's go to the next post. Snake in my tunnel. I probably spent a little bit more time on this post because I get a lot of feedback from this particular post. So the title was Snake in My Tunnel. I'm going to read it. I opened the door to my damp tunnel of pleasure, and there he was. What a beautiful creature. What a beautiful sight to see. I invited him in, and he came in on a smooth slither of excitement. I grabbed him with my hands and told him to follow me on the trail of soaked tracks. I led him all the way back into the depths of my darkness until he reached a dead end. He became aroused in shock and amazement by how deeply rooted the tracks were. He didn't realize my tunnel was just as great as my land. He was most definitely enjoying himself, exploring, twirling all around, going in and out of the puddles of water that he kept on discovering. That is, until he had enough. It seemed like he was convulsing at one point. It looked as if his soul was lost. He was satisfied with his visit. The night was over and he left. So let's break this down, shall we? I get a lot of feedback on this one. It's so funny, you guys. Snake in my tunnel. The snake represents the penis, some would say the dick. In my tunnel, the tunnel represents my mouth. Well, not my mouth. It could be your mouth or someone's mouth. So, I opened the door to my damp tunnel of pleasure. That means I'm opening my mouth, or your mouth, or her mouth, or his mouth, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And what a beautiful creature. The beautiful creature is the penis. It is beautiful, isn't it, ladies? What a beautiful sight to see. I invited him in. Again, we must put emphasis on the invite part. You must be invited in. You can't just bum rush the place. You understand what I'm saying? You can't just shove it up in somebody's mouth. It's not going to work. This is my favorite part because this is questionable for a lot of people. A lot of people question this part. I led him all the way back into the depths of my darkness until he reached a dead end. Leading him back into your throat is what this represents. All the way into the back of your throat until he reaches a dead end. Until basically he goes as deep as he can until he stops. Clearly, you don't want to die in this situation. This is supposed to be pleasurable, not death. Okay? Also, this is another thing that people question me about. I grabbed him with my hands and told him to follow me on the trail of the soaked tracks. The tracks represent the tongue. Okay, so this snake in my tunnel, this is describing oral sex in a creative way. So a lot of you who are listening, I'm sure, are familiar with this post and what I'm talking about. But for those who have been questioning me, this is what I'm talking about. Snake in my tunnel represents oral sex. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I just wanted to be a little spicy for the first episode. I will be doing more of these, but I also will be, talking about a lot of different topics. I hope you enjoyed this first episode. I will speak to you guys soon. Be well.